Hello everybody and welcome to episode 81 of the Pentagon Challenge. The Copa Libertadores is back after a brief break and our challenge is of course River Plate. If we're going to reach the semi-final stage, it is a trip to Argentina to get us started, and you will see here in the previous meetings that Vasco lost to River Plate when the teams last met, and that was only 2 years ago. It was the second round. Just like last season, that's as far as Vasco got, and they were beaten on penalties by the giant Argentinian club. So these results are pretty much out of existence now, but we can probably guess that Vasco made a mess of it in the home leg and then got an away back with the away goals, but the penalties went River Plate's way, and now is an ideal time to get payback. So we've already had a little bit of payback on Colo Colo, and now after knocking out Monterrey, this is the most important game of the season so far. If we get to semi-finals and lose, I'll say at least we learned something, but here I don't believe Vasco will take the necessary lessons forward if we're knocked out here. And it has to be said, this is probably the hardest draw we could have got outside of the Brazilian clubs. But some results have already filtered in. Flamengo and Gremio have beaten their opponents from Paraguay and Argentina respectively. But the game I'm most interested in seeing is Pachuca versus Colo Colo. That should be a lot of fun. But just before we head into the live comm, I also have to mention the disastrous start to the Brasileirão season. We had Flamengo in their typical flamboyant fashion dominated us and put 2 goals past us in the first half, and unfortunately the insistence of the board to see direct football went horribly wrong here, and we deserved nothing but this defeat. So basically in the first half we were passing the ball far too carelessly and they just kept dominating and dominating. Eventually I copped onto that problem and I fixed it by telling the players to pass shorter, but we still didn't manage to score, which is a horrible thing to have happen. But anyway, it's not the end of the world. We're on no points in one game, but if we get the 3 points against Cruzeiro, then we will be in a better position. But it's already looking a little bit problematic, but it could be worse. We could be Sao Paulo, who have lost both their games against Bahia and Fortaleza. That is horrible for Sao Paulo, team permanently in decline it seems. But anyway, we'll try and work harder for the remaining 37 games of that season, but this is the one that matters most. We've played a huge amount of games already. We've cruised out of our group. We knocked out a Mexican club. We've won the Rio State Championship, and now it all comes down to this: can we eliminate River Plate and make sure it's almost a Brazilian sweep of this tournament? And it is something that really matters. To win this tournament will mean we have one of the 5 corners of the Pentagon, and it means that I will finally be able to celebrate winning a continental tournament. It's something I've yet to do on Football Manager, and this is the team that I've entrusted to get the results. Now naturally a few players haven't been getting the consistent football, such as Francisco Carlos, the hero against Monterrey, but these things happen unfortunately. However, Leonardo will be the gamble up front. He's in good form and in good health. I've got Nen instead of Martin Sosa. Carlos Matthews plays despite having to commit 90 minutes in the last match, and then the rest of the players are pretty much the best I could name, given the fitness fatigue I'm sure is being felt from the Rio Championship final. But we'll see what River Plate have to offer in response. They won their most recent league game 2-0 against one of the teams that you'd expect to be battling for the mid-table honours, if you can call it that. But River Plate themselves will be fired up for this. They know Argentina are in deep trouble. The Copa Libertadores is on its way back to Brazil, almost certainly, even at this early stage, and already they're looking to pummel us with attacks with the 3 strikers and 3 midfielders as well. But there we go. We've got Iglesias, Perez and Rodriguez up front, so let's just see exactly how good these fellas are. So Rodriguez is very good, only 22, and another young striker from Colombia there Iglesias, another young striker, he could be good. This guy is probably their best player, Gonzalo Martinez, in centre midfield as opposed to out wide, so that's a bit of a gamble. He's okay. Maximiliano Lopez looks fantastic also. And then the left back is excellent. Amazing stats on him. He's okay. Medina, pretty good. Soriano, now there's a weakness. They don't have their right back in full fitness, so that's something we're going to look to punish them. And then their goalkeeper doesn't look very good as well. So that tells me a few things need to happen. So to exploit the right back, we need to go on the left flank for the most part. I'm going to say retain possession for the early stages and stick to positions. Maybe take a few shots on sight very early on just to see if we can put that poor goalkeeper under pressure, and then we might put in a floated cross to give Leonardo his chance. So let's just see how we get on. We're considered the underdogs, which is a bit of a surprise considering we are only just recently dethroned as the champions of Brazil. But these things happen. So let's turn on the sounds, and their elite stadium will host a massive, massive game in the history of my Pentagon Challenge. This is the one we'll look back on if we do reign supreme as the champions of the Copa. But early on we have Francisco Carlos getting in the cross. Leonardo wasn't ready for it, but now Barrios was. The Argentine who has moved to Brazil will hopefully get a goal for us today. Vinicius couldn't win the header, and Ivo on the wrong side will try and reset the attack. However, that was a wasted pass. Early signs are looking good. Low cross from Cipriano. He will get another goal, but Carlos is not a header of the ball, unfortunately, and that one was well wide. We'll just keep an eye on their formation as the game goes on. Leandro, I think, shot that one wide. River formation, please, thank you. Ivo, short to Leandro. Barrios, it's a close one. The keeper is going to collect that, and I would have been furious if the communication broke down there. Look at that chance already for Carlos Barrios. Leonardo didn't need to shoot first time, my friend, but I'm happy with what I've seen so far. Turn off shoot on sight now. This doesn't seem to be necessary anymore. Ivo sprinting forward, and he does shoot on sight, which is a bit naughty. Not what I don't want to see that anymore. We'll mark up that guy, but now it's all one-way traffic. And Leonardo, another chance. It was a curler attempt. It didn't pay off. Now a counter-attack for River Plate, the other team famous for a diagonal slash on the jersey, and it is something that we want to be. We want to be the best team with the particular style of jersey, and yet again we shoot off target. It's complete domination from Vasco, but it could unravel right here, right now, but thankfully not with the block. Leonardo gets a touch, it's in the corner, and the keeper manages to header the ball back into play. But now I think we can take a little bit of control and be more direct again. And Teo has a yellow card. Will we see more reds against Argentinian clubs? It would be quite spectacular. But look at this movement. Matthews is now in prime position. It's gone in the middle. And again, how unbelievable is this? Shooting so badly despite the domination. Vargas takes his goal kick, and he's found his teammate Martinez. And Lopez fires. Andreini was able to save it. Iglesias, and that is the easiest goal you'll ever likely to see. It's pathetic, it's dreadful, and it's not deserved. That's the way it goes. River Plate eventually get the goal, but now will we see an immediate equaliser? It's not looking good. Leonardo, baller. Again, we're just not shooting on the target, and we're going to go overload for the final stages of this first half, and it's Barrios at the far post, and then can't keep it down. What on earth are we doing? It's totally undeserved to be 1-0 down. At least 1-1 would be somewhat fair, but I have to see these shots. How bad can you get? So Vasco, we've missed the target all 10 times. The shooting Like, you remember Ival's shot, that was a waste, but we've seen Nen, he was moments away from scoring. We're just not getting in the positions. Leonardo, number 27, has gone for that left-hand side corner, and he's missed it by inches, but he maybe needs to vary his shots, and we've had one blocked. But River Plate, how easy, look at that, it's just child's play, letting a guy sneak into the 6-yard box. They've hit the target once, they've missed it once, and they just haven't been at the races. So something needs to improve, and quickly. We might stop him being the complete forward, and we might get him to be a trequartista, try and vary his play a little bit. So there we go, he's a trequartista now, confirmed. And Barrios needs to push further forward, see if that makes a difference, and maybe Cipriano also can go forward. However, the criticism the guys need, it's heavy criticism, no doubt about it. We'll go back to control, and we might want to be more expressive now, seeing how we were goal down, and the fact that we haven't put a poor goalkeeper under any pressure whatsoever is absolutely gutting. And it must change if we're going to remain in this tournament for another round. We don't want to have to qualify through the league again if it's going to be a stressful ordeal. Barrios to Leonardo already. Francisco Carlos. Oh, it's a battle in the box, and River Plate have dealt with it very well. Good tackle. We're going to check out the formation. It's still the same. At least get something on the target now. Come on. Leandro gives it away to Lopez. Rodriguez has got Iglesias. It is a block from about 20 yards out, and River Plate do fluke a corner. Vinicius with a brilliant pounding header. No one was going to stop him once he leapt into the air, but Leandro touches horribly, and now River Plate have another chance. We might reduce the tempo. That is something that is ruining our play. Barrios, Centurion, another Argentine in our team. Cipriano needs to return the ball. Centurion does have the vision. Matthias was offside that time, and it looks like we need experience on the pitch, and Megales is going to be my nomination. Might get Carlos into support and have Gabriel Xavier go into attack, but now Megales, he has had such a difficult start to the season. He's almost back from his injuries, and if he can score tonight, then he will definitely be back in the good books. Centurion back to the opponent's goal, but it's definitely been a better second half for River Plate, and they have made a substitution, I think. Passion needed, and free kick perhaps from River Plate. It's another chance. Juarez into the defender, not going to pay off, so that substitution is irrelevant to me. We need to go fluid. How are we this bad, guys? Shoot on sight necessary again. We've got one shot on target. Hallelujah, one shot on target. But my final change is going to be Leandro for Barrios, and we're starting to get moving again, but one shot on target is still nowhere near enough. But this could be River Plate's dream if they get this in. But Andrini was alert to the danger, and we need to get our second shot on target. We need it soon. Francisco Carlos. Barrios, his last involvement of the game, fed Xavier really nicely, but it didn't hit the target nicely enough, I'd say. Martinez, great shot, and it was inches away from success there. What a save though. Leandro into Megales. He needs to return the ball, and fast. He does, but it's given away. Centurion has stood on his opponent's foot, and he will take a yellow card for that. Sorry to say, but it was deserved. And now we'll have to push forward. We can't give away the second goal. We'll just double check their formation again. It's the same as before, and it looks like we're going to have to exploit both the flanks now. We'll stop pumping into the box. We'll mix up the crossing, and we'll roam from positions. So they've made their final substitutions. We'll see if they're any danger to me. Oh, did I not mark up the people? Oh dear, that was stupid. Sugar. Right, well, bit late for that now, isn't it? That's very careless from me. It's not doomsday, but we should have been marking up these guys a lot sooner. Maybe the lack of instructions helped. But we'll just close down those new midfielders and try and get the results. We need another shot on target to match River Plate's third, but they're pushing forward. Matthews intercepts, doesn't keep possession. Vinicius pushing forward. Now Megales has gotten in behind. He's onside, but on his weaker left foot, he's not going to be able to score. But at least we're getting something going here. 1-0, not the end of the world. We're trying so hard. Let's get creative. But we have to defend this. It is a corner from a Vinicius clearance. And who's going to take this corner? Martinez will. He doesn't take his time. But here's he now from Cameroon. Oh, Andrini managed to catch the ball. It could have crept into the net. But now we're going to hit 90 minutes exactly. Xavier, Leandro finds Matthews. It's closed down for a throw-in. And that's given away from the throw-in. And this could be River Plate on the counter. They've got the left-hand side completely open. It's Perez, Inau, Teo, into an unmarked Perez. Nen was able to clear. Megales, he's fouled, and that'll definitely be a yellow card. It affected our attack, but it certainly wastes a little bit more time. Xavier needs to look up. Leandro is there. Now Matthews. Now Xavier. Oh, he couldn't get any cross in. Martinez can clear. He's got one of three options. It's now option number 2 with the loose ball. Give it away. Xavier needs to keep this in, but unfortunately not. And I think that is all over, bar the shouting. It's Inau with the final kick of the game, and we have no away goals to show for our performance in Argentina. And now we really have to book up our ideas for the second leg. And I'm not happy. How did we waste that first half? Absolutely unbelievable what I've seen there. But well done at least to some of our players, particularly in defence. It could have been worse. But the simple fact of the matter is we need to keep out River Plate all night long in the return game, or else it is all over. But a spectacular failure in attack. But the worst goal you're likely to see conceded, it was River Plate getting there. If it had have gone my way, I would have been jumping for joy. But a shocking piece of defending let my goalkeeper down, and Bruno Rodriguez separates the two teams heading into the second leg. So Vasco could be the latest Brazilian team to be eliminated, giving Argentina one last chance of success here. But then we'll hopefully get our return game payback, and it's only a week away. But Cruzeiro, our massive threat in between, and Nene is ineligible. I don't know. Oh, it's that guy. Never mind. I don't know why that's relevant information. But anyway, we'll try and move on from that huge disappointment. And the second leg is just a matter of time away. I hope you can join me then. Bye for now.